Hello, hello. So today is an amazing day. I'm super excited because I'm going to be interviewing Shirley, who's inside of our community. She's part of Legacy. So it's going to be awesome. She's had like some great wins. She had a $19,000 month at one point, and that's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about that. But if you're new here, my name is Dan, and I'm from Michigan, and I used to be a monk for 10 years, and now basically I just help people make money online in the digital marketing space. People that are overworked, underpaid. They're just sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. They hate working for other people. They want to be their own boss. They want more time. They want more money, and they just want to live a life of total freedom, just like me. And I'm on a mission to make millions of dollars and help other people do the same. Okay. So without further ado, Shirley, hello.
Hello, Dan. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
That's okay. Let's just get into this. So, what were you doing before you found this opportunity, before you found Legacy?
Every digital side hustle under the sun, I think, is the correct answer. I have been on a journey looking for a way to make money online since 2018, and if there is a strategy that involves making money online, I have either researched it or I have tried it. I like you name it, and I either know about it or I've had my fingers in it.
Okay, how'd you do with those opportunities?
Decent. And when I say decent, I made money here and there. I probably over 5 years of experimenting, I pulled in like 12,000 with various strategies, which is not nothing, but it's also not going to get all of the bills paid.
Yeah, you did better than me because I tried for like 5 years and I completely failed miserably, miserably. Like I tried affiliate, I tried MLM and a couple other things, but honestly, I spent more money than I made. Right.
That is the case for, oh my gosh. I I have tried strategies. I've dropped five figures on various experiments. I put my money where my mouth is. So I feel you on that.
So when did you get started with Legacy?
September 2023. It was actually 3 days after our mentor celebrated her 1 year anniversary. So I was in there as she was celebrating that she was able to pull in 712,000 in her first 12 months.
Okay. And then we launched Legacy in like April 2024, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what made you say yes to getting started with Legacy in the first place?
After trying all those other strategies where basically I had to build everything from the ground up, I had to come up with my offer that I was going to sell. I had to build my website. I had to come up with my email marketing. I had to come up with how to get people to talk to me and pay attention to me. And I already mentioned how that did for 5 years. I loved the idea of playing with a business someone else already built that thousands of people were already paying their bills with. And I just had to learn how to work the business. And it's just like, that is the most beginner friendly thing I have ever seen. And I want to play with that.
It's a turnkey business, right?
Turnkey. And that is the game changer for so many people. That's why we have such a high success rate here.
And like a turnkey business basically means everything's already set up for you, like the website, the community, the training, the sales funnel, the products, everything's created. You just got to basically turn the key, set it up, and then just start promoting it, right?
Exactly. I like to refer to it like a digital franchise because effectively that's what it is. You step into a business that already exists and you just learn how to run it.
Yeah. Yeah, super cool. And you had a $19,000 month, right? That's like your
I
biggest so
did.
far.
That was a beautiful, glorious month. And it still only took me 2 hours a day to run this business. I didn't do anything different. I didn't do anything special. I was just on fire with the strategy that we follow here.
So what's that 2 hour workday? Like what's that like explain that and like how do you approach that?
So what we do here is we learn how to create simple content on social media. We learn how to turn social media into the marketplace, and that's where complete strangers discover me and my business and they decide whether or not they want what I'm promoting. And so what we do is we make content. A lot of people go live. It's not required, but it's highly recommended. It's definitely where most of my sales come from. And we plug into training inside the community for that continuing education because that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. Now, what I like to do with my content whenever I can, I like to batch it ahead of time. So usually when you see me posting content, I did not make that content that day. I already had that sitting in my drafts. Work smarter, not harder. I batch it ahead of time. And then guess what? All I have to do at that point is go live for about an hour and then a 5 minute training video in the community. It's like I'm basically working an hour a day most days.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do a lot of batch content too. Like I'll just like walk around my neighborhood and create videos and just store them in the drafts, and it's really cool. So
Yeah.
that $19,000 day. So basically all those customers, like you didn't even know them, you didn't speak to them. Did you find them pretty much all from social media or they found you?
They found me on social media. Like the vast majority of my sales come from TikTok. I do repurpose my content across other platforms. So I've had a sale from you. I've had a sale from Instagram. I've had several from Facebook. I'm getting leads from YouTube. I haven't had any of those convert yet, but my time and attention goes to TikTok, but I'm repurposing to other platforms. So people can find me literally all over the internet.
Yeah, that's how I do things too. I love TikTok for going live. I also go live on YouTube. Yeah, like I build my YouTube channel, TikTok, YouTube, and I repurpose some stuff here and there too as well. So, what was your mindset like when you first started? And how did you keep going even when it got hard, if it got hard, if it ever did?
Can you elaborate on mindset? Like what specifically? What element?
Like, what was your your thinking, like your thinking process about like maybe business and making money and that
So
thing?
prior to finding legacy, I was under the impression that I had to hustle all day, no matter what kind of income strategy I was working. I thought that I either had to work 10 hours a day for someone else's business or that I had to work 10 hours a day in my own business. I thought working all day was non-negotiable. But what they taught me here is that if you automate 90% of the day-to-day stuff, you don't have to be glued to your phone all day. And this is the first time I was introduced to the idea of a 2-hour workday. And I'll be honest, when I first got started here, I was super skeptical of that. It's just like, that's a marketing gimmick. 2 hours a day? Are you kidding me? But after being here for 20 months at this point, and it's nearly 21 months, 2 hours a day is absolutely real. And when you nail the process, when you understand how content turns into consistent customers and consistent cash online, you don't have to be online all day for the business to bring in consistent income. You just don't. You just need to master the strategy and the skills that make it possible.
Yeah, I think some people like misunderstand the 2-hour workday. Like
They
the
really do.
2-hour workday is where we get our income producing activities finished, right? Our business activities, basically our
Yes.
marketing. So that just like for me, it's three pieces of content a day, 30 minutes basically it takes to create and post, going live for an
Mhm.
hour, replying to messages and going through a little bit of training. But
The
mostly
activities,
it's the content creation though. It's the marketing activities, even not the training itself actually.
yes, because we only go live for about an hour. You go live, I think, a little less than that. You're only live for an hour, and at least on TikTok, I know on YouTube you can post the replays, but on TikTok it's a one and done thing. You can't get access to the replays. And so the content is what's available 24/7. And so mastering the content so that people can actually find you 24/7 is very important.
Yeah. And that just, I mean, what do you think about that? Like, how do you master that?
Practice.
Yeah, right?
It's practice, and our mentor Michelle, she talks about focusing on what's working and just doing more of that. A lot of times people get sucked into the idea of I'm not getting enough views, I'm not getting enough leads, I'm not getting enough sales. I'm just like, you are focusing on literally the wrong thing. Focus on what is working. So, and it's wild to me because TikTok will literally gift you 200 views. And it's wild to me that people complain that I only got 200 views. I'm like, you're a complete beginner to this, and you're getting views on your brand new content as a brand new creator, and you're complaining about the views that you're getting. That's a mindset problem
Yeah, it's a mindset issue. Like what you
because
focus on.
no other platform is going to gift you 200 views on your brand new content.
Exactly. It's like what you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on the negative, you're going to get more of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like testing too. You see, okay, what content's working, what's not working. If something's
Yes.
working, you just do more of that, right?
Do more of that. You
Just
don't
keep
have to
doing it over
reinvent
and
the
over
wheel
again.
every day.
Change your
Like
shirt,
once
change your like area and fit the fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you understand what's working for you, like your message that resonates with your audience, you just keep doing more of that. Like you're
Mastering the
gonna
mundane.
when you're doing this right, it's gonna feel like you're repeating yourself because you are.
Wow.
You
Which all
find what works,
businesses
you do
pretty
more
much
of
do.
it.
All businesses do that. Just do it. Nike.
Exactly.
They don't change their slogan every week.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You got to master the mundane. That's what you do.
Master the mundane.
Just like
Yes,
jobs. People go to their job, they do the same freaking thing every single day, right?
that's
Basically,
true.
more or less. Okay. And a mindset thing. Also, did you have like any like fears or doubts going like when you started and do you notice like you have more trust and faith in yourself in the process?
When I got started here, I already had 5 years of practice of trying new things. And so I wasn't scared of trying something new. I wasn't even really scared of the teeny tiny investment that it cost to get started. My fears were about my current situation because I was living on savings at the time. I was trying to borrow money to get those bills paid, and I wasn't exactly getting everything covered at the time. So if I was afraid of anything, it was the fact that I was about to lose my apartment. And so I got started here, and I'm like, if this doesn't work, I'm losing my home.
Gosh.
Talk about pressure. Talk about pressure. And so you better believe I was studious. I went through the training and I implemented the hell out of that thing because my apartment depended on it.
Wow.
Um, and because this was so step by step, because I had live training where I can hop on training calls and I could understand what it was that I needed to do here, I was able to start getting results within 3 weeks. Now, some people come in here and they get their first sale in the first week, and I'm just like, kudos to you. That wasn't my story. Kudos to you. That wasn't my story. But what matters to me in my world, I got my rent paid, and then I got all my bills paid, and then I doubled my full-time income.
That's awesome. That's super
So
cool.
I wasn't afraid of whether or not this would work because I saw it working for other people. And I was in this community and I could see that wins page and I could see people posting that they made sales while they were at their job or they woke up to a sale overnight and they're making money while playing with their kids. And it's just like, if they are doing the same thing that I'm doing and they're getting sales, I can do that. I'm next.
Yeah. I wasn't skeptical really either, even though I didn't make money before because I've been in opportunities and I've made at least a sale or I've seen other people make it. So I wasn't like skeptical about it. So yeah, but I mean, I could understand if someone's never like been part of an opportunity or never made a sale or tried something, there could be some skepticism. So what would you say to such a like a person who is skeptical?
I would say, oh gosh. I almost loaded the smart alecky answer. Let me tone that back. I would say if you see one person online who is getting an outcome that you want, that should be all the evidence that you need to know that it's possible for you too. Because everyone starts as a beginner. No one has any experience when they get started from nothing. Skills can be learned, practiced, and mastered, and it's skills that pay the bills. If you want to learn a strategy where four-figure days are actually normal and that is a thing, just learn the skills that make it possible. You can learn. You can do this.
Yeah, you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do.
Fact.
So, what are some things you did consistently that helped you build up to the results that you've had so far?
Constantly reviewing my content and constantly trying to make sure that I'm at least posting content that I would watch. Very important. If I don't want to watch my own content, I have no reason to believe other people would want to watch it. So I watch my content 3 times before I even post it. I'm like, is the hook good? Do I lead into the value? And just like the whole thing. And then
Okay.
of course I'm reviewing my content. Oh, that one popped off. I got thousands of views on that one. Why? Why? What did I do? And let's do that again.
Mm. I create the same message. I'll say the same thing over and over again so many times, and it works, and it keeps working again and again.
It's like they never get tired somehow. It's just you're constantly getting in front of new people, and that's the thing.
Yeah, there's 5 billion people a day, right? Or something like that on social media.
Exactly.
So how has the support from the community and mentorship helped you reach the level of success that you're at right now?
Oh, it's game changer. The fact that I can jump into this community and it's an active community. It's not some kind of ghost community where you see all these people in there and then just like no one's talking. It's active, it's engaged, it's alive. I can go in there and post a question. I'll get dozens of answers, people talking to me. But the live support is everything. The fact that I am able to get on live training calls multiple times a week with people who are making bank with this strategy, ask them questions and pick their brain, it's the fact that there's no monthly cost for that continues to blow my mind because that is not normal.
It's not. No, people spend like I don't know like what people charge. I need to do some more research about that. Like,
I
what
can
do
tell
you,
you the answer to that.
okay, tell me the answer, please.
So, prior to getting started here, I tried 7 other paid programs that were teaching various business models how to make money online, and I dropped 5 figures on those other training programs. The two common elements that they all had was they were all trying to teach me how to build my own online business from scratch. They did not hand me a done for you business to play with. And they only gave me 3 months of free support. I got 3 months to figure myself out. And if I wanted more help after that, they were going to charge me. Now, the most affordable one of the three out of the seven offered ongoing support. The most affordable one was charging $250 a month. That's the most affordable one. If that's putting a pit in your stomach, you're going to think it's glorious in just a second because the other two wanted the same amount, which in my head tells me that's the going rate for access to a millionaire to learn how to make money online. Brace yourself. They both wanted $1,500 a month for live training multiple times a week with a millionaire mentor to learn how to market and make money online. And yet we get that for free here.
We get it for free. It's
We
just
get it for free.
it's insane amount of value that people just I don't know.
They don't have anything to compare it to, and so they can't properly appreciate it. They have no clue what they have in front of them here.
Like this business, like they could sell this, like this whole thing could be like 10K a month and it would still, or not even a month, just one time, and it would be not a
This
month.
legit is it's got 5 figures worth of value in it. Legit. I've dropped 5 figures on a single program. I can tell you this is worth every cent of that. But if we charged 5 figures for this, we wouldn't be able to help as many people as we want to. And that's really what we're here to do. We are here to help people. And the people who are out here by the millions trying to figure out how to make money online, they don't have all that money to throw around. They can't drop $1,500 a month recurring to pick a millionaire's brain.
Yeah, that's really
They have no clue how affordable this actually is. They have no clue the value that's at their feet because they've got nothing to compare it to, which is why I say on my lives when I'm marketing this, if you have any experience with any other program that you have ever tried in your life, if you have something to compare this to, you're going to you're going to be a raving fan of this because the most vocal advocates for this program are people who actually have that experience to compare this to.
yeah, I mean, I've been in different opportunities and communities where they're like ghost towns, like you said. And maybe there's like a training call, but it's like you're just sitting there and watching the video. It's not interactive, right? There's no interaction going on there. And it wasn't consistent either. Like I would see they would jump in once a month, maybe, then you wouldn't see them again for like months, right? That's the kind of stuff I experienced. So, what's changed in your life since you started this business? Like the time freedom, the mindset, the income, the confidence?
I tell you what, detoxing from hustle culture is a thing that no one talks about. When you are constantly going and going because you have to go and you're not allowed to stop because the the stupid semi truck just won't stop and you're being dragged 80 miles an hour down the freeway, metaphorically speaking. When you find an income strategy where 2 hours a day is all it takes, and then suddenly you got 22 hours where you've got nothing planned, you just sit there and you're just like, I technically have nothing to do. Technically, this feels wrong. You've got to detox from that hustle mindset. Remember how to relax. It's like, I'm doing nothing right now, and that's totally cool because I'm done.
That's the time freedom, right?
That's the time freedom.
Yeah.
I can relax now. I can be at ease. I can just live my life and do what I want. And my business works 24/7, even when I'm not. That's the time freedom that I want to help everyone achieve. And that's why I called my business the 2 Hour Freedom Blueprint, because 2 hours is all that you need to unlock freedom in your life.
How does that automated system work for like people who don't understand what an automated system is?
So, automations, technology is a beautiful thing, and we already use automations in our own life. Like when you schedule a reminder on your calendar, please tell me when this is happening so that I remember it's a thing. That's an automation. When you are like, anytime that you schedule something to happen on its own so that you don't have to think about it, that's an automation. So what we have is a business where 90% of the repetitive day-to-day stuff happens without you automatically. No buttons to push, nothing to babysit. This system is a low maintenance business that works for you. You don't work for the business. And so this system is what handles the selling for us. This keeps us from having to be pushy salespeople. This keeps us from having to get on sales calls or follow up with people or live in the DMs all day. This system is what works 24/7. The system, the content on social media, all of that's automated. People can find that without us having to be there. Those automations are why we're able to do this in 2 hours a day. Because if we're not hunting for customers, if we're not getting on sales calls, there's not much left to do every day.
That's true. That's a good point. Because most people, they follow up, right? They follow up with sales calls or they follow up with DMs. So how do we follow up with our potential customers, our leads, which are potential customers?
Well, manually or automatically, because manually we don't. Manually we don't. The system follows up. You get the done for you automated email follow-up sequence. You didn't write them. You just have to plug in your name. Oh my gosh, for the love of all that is good and cheesy. Do not send out emails that say your name here.
Mm,
Do not like the emails are written, you don't have to touch them, but you do have to customize them with your name and your link to your website. But otherwise it's done. And it's the emails that go up every day that keep you top of mind, that help people remember, oh yeah, this thing, this done for you business in a box where I can show up 2 hours a day and promote products that I didn't make for 100% profit, make 900 a sale with live interactive training. And how many benefits can I spit in a minute? I should go remember to take a look at that. That's what that is. That goes out automatically. We don't manually chase people. We don't manually follow up with people because look, there as a human being living in this physical plane, limited by time, there is a limit to how many humans you can possibly talk to in any given day. Maybe there's a limit of 100 people that you can talk to. And quite frankly, as an introvert, that idea is exhausting. Just the idea of talking to 100 people every day. Your system can talk to 10,000, 100,000 people a day, 1,000,000 a day, because the emails go out automatically to an email list that you learn how to grow. You can talk to 1,000,000 people a day just by writing an email once and sending it to your list. That sounds a heck of a lot more efficient, doesn't it?
heck yeah. I've done MLM and they taught me like the go for no strategy, like DM as many people as you can. And they told us like get a notebook, write down everybody's name, write down when you message them, and then every few days check your notebook and follow up with them. True story.
I had a spreadsheet. I believe you. Now, I didn't do MLM, but I did try the go out and conquer strategy. And I can tell you, one of the selling points on this business, aside from having a done for you business that I could play with, um, the business I was trying to run before this one, I was marketing on Facebook. I had a networking group on Facebook that I grew to 10,000 members in 4 months. Tiny flex there. Um, However, I was trying to promote products, and despite having this networking group, I still only really know how to go and directly have conversations with people myself. And so I remember the day that I knew that this business was not long for this world. I sat down to get to work and I opened my messenger and I had 50 messages in my chat. 50. Now, these weren't 50 people going, I'm interested, tell me more about this thing. That would have been a completely different situation. These were 50 chit chat, nurturing, building rapport messages that I had gotten responses to. And I'm like, I am an introvert and I literally can't. I closed my browser and I hid from my messages for 2 weeks. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Not as an introvert. I don't live to talk to people all freaking day. I literally can't. And so that's when I knew that I was going to burn out of that because that wasn't sustainable for me. And so when I discovered I don't have to message people here, I don't have to go and find people to talk to me. I don't have to get on sales calls. I don't have to do any of those things. I'm like, sign me up. I need this in my life.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I'm also an introvert. Like, so like getting on the phone, like doing calls with people, oh, it's the worst experience. I'll never do it again. I will never do it again. I tried it.
As, as an introvert, if you can relate to that, how many calls were you able to do in a day? Because I tried doing the sale call thing and I was so drained at the end of each of them. I literally could only do two a day and I would be a deflated, useless balloon after that.
I tried two calls and I'll never do it again. That's all I did in my life. I
You
tried two
only did
calls.
two.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll never do it again. Ever again.
It's not fun. It's not great.
I
Some
vowed I would.
people love it. It's not for me.
Yeah, so no, extroverts, they love it. They'll do it all day and all night. They love that stuff. Not
They're
for me.
fueled by the interaction, which is great if you're into that stuff. But as an introvert, no, it's not happening.
Yeah. So it's like an introvert's dream, this business.
Really. Absolutely.
So what would you say to someone who thinks you need like experience or tech skills to do this?
Absolutely not. This is not a job. This is a training program. You don't need to already have the skills that we're here to teach you. Okay. So if you've never made content in your life, cool, we're going to teach you. If you've never marketed anything in your life, cool, we're going to teach you. If you've never made money online, cool, we're going to teach you. This is a training program, not a job. You're not here to be an independent contractor. You don't need to have a resume of existing skill sets. You just need to have your phone, a couple hours a day to follow the daily process, the willing to learn and do something new. If you've got that, that's all you need here.
Awesome. So looking back, what do you wish you knew sooner about, this business or about like, yeah, like when you got started?
Oh, I found so many things here that I'd never seen anywhere else. What I wish I knew sooner? I don't really know how to answer that question because I had bits and pieces before I got started here. The benefit of having 5 years trying all sorts of
Like
other things before
someone
getting
who's new,
started
like
here.
what advice would you give to someone who's brand new? Like,
Feel the fear, do it anyway. Feel the fear, do it anyway. I remember the very first time that I got started with my very first course. I had never invested in anything online before, and this was a rather high ticket thing. It was like 1200 or something. I didn't have it. I got started on a payment plan, but I knew that I had already tried other things that weren't working for me. And this particular person, I had watched her build a six-figure web design business. And she came out with a course breaking down exactly how she was doing that. And I'm just like, I know about websites. I know about web design. I've watched you build a six-figure business. I want your course because maybe I can do what you're doing. And so I pulled the trigger on that and I got started. It was a valuable course, but it was missing a handful of things. And you know what's missing from most of these courses that are trying to teach you how to make money online? Marketing. Marketing is the thing that's missing from most of these make money online strategies. They don't talk about content creation, they don't talk about getting discovered on the internet. So, what I wish I understood sooner was just how important marketing is. It's more than just strategy. If you want to have your own online business, it's more than strategy. Uh, you need the marketing to bring people to you, or your business isn't going to make any money. And that's the nugget that most places, that most programs and most strategies leave out. That's what we teach you. We teach you how to market, how to show up and get discovered and get people interested in learning more. And getting people interested is all that we do here. It's just like, hey, I found a thing. Here's why I love it. Would you like to learn more? That's it.
that's
That's what
it.
we do.
That's it. If you
That
if
right
you,
there is what's been paying my bills for 20 months. Hey, I found a thing and I love it. Here's why. Want to learn more?
yeah, I love it. Like if you could go back in time when you first started your business, would you have changed? Would you have done anything differently? Was there like a was there would you have changed like someone like yeah, would you have done anything differently that would have helped you get results faster?
I mean, I got my first sale in 3 weeks. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was right around there the same. That was like the first month. I don't remember the exact day I got my first
Do
sale.
anything different. I mean, when you're a beginner, it's kind of hard to do anything different with the level of experience that you have. So if I went back to the same level of experience and the same amount of knowledge in my head, would I have done anything different? I That's the benefit of a done for you business where all I had to do was follow the process. I got started and I just followed the process to the best of my ability because doing something to the best of your ability is the most anyone can ask of you and it's the most you can ask of yourself. That's what I did. So, but that's what I love here. Because we give you this business to practice with and a day-to-day strategy to follow, we take you 95% of the way to the finish line. Your job is to take it the last 5%. Learn the skill, show up consistently, ask questions if you get stuck, don't quit. That is your job here.
I would have just been a little more coachable and more consistent because like in the beginning I was like kind of like one to two pieces of content, kind of not really implementing what I was learning. That's just what I would have done a little bit differently.
Well, remember, I was trying to save my apartment. So I'm just like, you told me to do this, I'm doing this.
Yeah, you were like,
It's like, we're not dabbling over here. We're saving homes.
yeah, okay. So you're just all in from the beginning.
I was all in. I'm like, show me your ways.
So
Show me what
that's
I need to do. Now, the one thing that I did skip, and I didn't even realize that I skipped it until later. So one thing that I do wish that I had noticed earlier, I had accidentally skipped over the finding your perfect customer module in the community because it wasn't laid out the way that Legacy Builder is right now. And so I had completely missed it. I didn't notice it was there. And so I didn't find that until probably four 3 to 4 months into doing this business. And after finding that module and understanding, it's just like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be saying.
mm,
Like that definitely made a difference in my content, but I didn't see it before. I didn't notice it before. So it's not like I intentionally skipped it, but that really did make a difference. So I do wish that I had seen that earlier. But now because Michelle has gone and launched her own program, an official program, literally step by step, you naturally work your way through the finding your perfect customer module that I missed. So as long as you're going through the program step by step, you're not going to miss that.
yeah, don't skip the steps. Don't skip the steps.
Don't skip that.
It's a recipe. Like if you're baking a cake right, you follow the steps and you're gonna have a delicious, beautiful cake. But if you skip a step, it's gonna be like
Or if
disastrous.
you decide to get creative with the recipe, it's just like, why does everything call for 3 cups of flour? I'm sure 1 cup is fine. I'll make do with 1 cup.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
luck with that.
Don't change the recipe.
Don't change the recipe.
Don't skip a step. Yeah. So if someone's watching this and they're still on the fence about joining, what would you tell them?
I would have them ask what is actually holding them back and what they're actually afraid of. Because what kept me going for 5 years of trying all sorts of things that didn't work, I was more afraid of what my life would look like if I was stuck at a job the rest of my life where I knew that I was going to be working as hard as I could for a paycheck that wouldn't go far enough. I was terrified of that life, and I refused to make a decision where that would be the ultimate outcome. So that's what got me started, and that's what kept me going. So, what are you actually afraid of? And what is the consequence of doing nothing? What are you afraid of more?
Mm, yes. What are you afraid of more? Like,
What are you afraid of more? Because fear is obviously what you're dealing with. You're obviously uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable, and that's why you're looking for a solution in the first place. And you're scared, and that's why you haven't gotten started. But doing nothing has a consequence. Doing nothing has a cost. What are you more afraid of? What is doing nothing costing you?
mm, okay. So yeah, you should be afraid of like being stuck in the same place a year from now.
Be more afraid of 12 months passing and you've made absolutely zero progress of getting out of the mess that you're in. Be more afraid of that because time that goes by, you don't get back. Every year that goes by is gone.